Hello, everybody. Welcome to another installment of Retro Restoration. Today we are working on a GameCube, and it's going to be a lot of work and a lot of fun. So, you know me, I'm Punk Rock Ian, and the man doing the work over here is Ty.
All right. Yeah, we have two of the work on today actually. Both of them don't read disc like they has something wrong with the laser or something. So. I really never had a GameCube when I was a kid. I actually just recently picked this up because I love Sonic, and there was a GameCube version of Sonic and all the games on it. So
You have?
Yeah, I got it right there. We're going to fix and play it later on, hopefully.
Nice.
It'll work. And man, like I said, we're going to dig right into this one. So first of all, let's plug it up real fast and see what the problem is. I have everything pre-ready here. Let's see. Where's she at? There she is.
Thank you for the host half. Thank you.
Right. Let's see. I don't know if y'all can see this. See that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. This right here is from Super Nintendo, or I think you can use it on a Nintendo 64. Many generations you can use on this on. So this goes right here. Now this port right here is like futuristic. It's almost like ahead of its time. It's like a composite out, almost like HDMI. They didn't introduce this until I think PlayStation 3, so it's pretty cool. They were ahead of the time. Now some GameCubes don't come with this port. I think the earlier models or whatever. So if you ever find one of this kind of model, this is more highly sought after because you can plug HDMI converter right there and all kinds of other goodies.
What was there before that?
Nothing.
Nothing. Oh, just nothing.
Yeah, this. If I'm not mistaken, that's what I read or heard. But all right, let's see what happens. Plug the little controller in, and let's turn the camera around here. Let me know if you can see it.
Yep. Just go angle up a little bit.
Good.
And there you go.
All right. We're going to turn it on real fast so it happens.
Oh yeah.
Now I can hear the laser doing his thing in there. So let's put a disc in. We're going to put
Yes.
Yeah. All in one, huh? All right.
Did they like update anything like with the graphics or anything with it, or is it just the OG?
It looks a little better to me, only probably because it's coming out of the new system. It's coming out of composite or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, let me put this in. I'll show you here. Well, it has all of them in one, so it's
Nice.
really cool. Yeah. So.
Oh, it's got Sonic.
And even I think this particular version you can unlock new games or unlock some other stuff. So let's see if it works. All right. Usually it would pop up by now. There it goes.
There's that.
Well, looks like this is pretty good so far. All right. Well, the other problem with this thing is the reset button's stuck, so we're going to have to fix that. Let's see if this plays.
Yep.
It's a lot better quality. Yeah. This is one of my favorite ports right here. This is for GameCube.
Yo, Vox, thank you for the raid.
Sweet. So yeah, what we're gonna do with this one, we're gonna fix the reset button. It looks like it's stuck here. Most of these systems are old, and you get your. Let me turn it back this way. You good?
Yeah, just
All right, cool.
You good?
All right, cool. Yeah, most of these systems are.
We just got started, Vox. We were testing just to see if it would turn on. As of right now, what you said, the reset button is stuck.
Yeah, we can clearly see on it. Well, it's probably not best for you to turn it on.
Yeah, not when it's on.
Then it really would be broken. We have to start over again.
Sterling, hello.
All right.
Finished up Metal Gear 2. Nice. Nice.
Alright. Angle this way. As you can see, the reset button's stuck.
Yes, okay.
And the start button's really hard, open button's really hard, and power button is okay, but a lot of times you get like, fudge rounds or Slim Jims all over your fingers here. And over time it builds up crud in here and these things just stick. So what we're going to do on this one, since it looks halfway decent, we're going to go ahead and take it apart. We're going to clean some stuff up. We're going to take some stuff. I'll show you what to do. So, plug everything.
Oh, Desert Eagle, thank you for the follow. Old Sparrow, thank you for the follow. You just cleaned up your GameCube a couple days ago? Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, they can get very dirty. It's like, just like the Dreamcast, they have this little, the fan ports here, suck air, blow air out, and all over time with pet hair and cigarettes and tobacco, whatever gets clogged up in here.
Man, I have no idea what the hell happened to mine. Like I said, they couldn't have been out. Sterling, thank you for the follow. Thank you. I had one of the original looking ones, like in terms of like color and everything,
yeah.
but I don't know about because you were talking about that back port.
Yeah.
It probably didn't have that. I don't know. I can't remember, but
I have 4 of these, and I've never, all 4 of them have this, so maybe I'm just making this up, but just what I thought I read. And
I have no idea where it got to, though. That's the thing. Like, I wish I remembered where it went.
somewhere in a pawn shop, somewhere in wherever.
Probably.
But yeah, like I say, back in the day, a couple years ago, I was picking these up at a flea market for $10 a piece.
No, wow,
Yeah.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, the local flea market.
$10 a
$10
pop.
a piece. Yeah, nobody wanted them. So I started gathering all these up. I had at least 10, and I started fixing them and giving away as little gifts and presents for my friends and stuff. And that's how I collected all these. But this particular one, you can see it has all the little covers back on it, which is rare. Everyone I've ever got, it was missing half of them,
Yeah.
But yeah, all this is you take these apart right here and you plug your Game Boy player in the bottom.
Right.
As an accessory pack, which those are really cool too. But you can find those everywhere, but you can't find the disc.
Yeah.
The disc is $70. I mean, I'm sure somebody can burn one or whatever, but you have to have the disc load up in here to load it up just to play. But eventually we'll get one, and you can play Game Gear games. And you can't play Game Gear games, but you can play regular Game Boy games, the Game Boy Advanced, and
I was gonna say, yeah, I think the advanced ones.
yeah, you can play the Advanced ones also.
But didn't the advanced ones almost kind of look like a smaller version of the Game Gear cartridges?
In fact, I have a few games, Cartoon Network games for Advanced. It's almost like movies. I was like, well, that's interesting. But anyways, we're going to take this apart. This is a 4.5, basically like a bit screw kind of screwdriver. They have these little game bit things in here. You can't, kids can't use a regular Phillips and take them apart. You got to buy a special thing here. So there's only 4 screws holding this thing in. And first of all, let me double check, make sure I took the disc out. Yeah, I did. All right, let me stick it in here.
Super excited for this. Like I said, like a couple weeks ago, I watched a video of somebody taking one of these apart.
Yeah.
Had no idea how much stuff is in this little cube.
Well, like I said, it's just not to say anything negative about other companies, but it looks like it's just a copy of a Dreamcast in a smaller box form. They're almost similar. You know what? I gotta learn how they do this better. There she goes.
Clank.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not a professional. I just do this for fun. I'm sure people have lab coats on and gloves and stuff doing this, but no.
That's what I want to say. I want to see somebody in a lab coat taking apart a GameCube.
Yeah, we can probably do that one year, I guess.
The only person I know so far, off the top of my head, that streams in a lab coat from time to time is Dr. Mega Man.
Dr. Mega Man. Oh man.
Which is an awesome streamer, by the way. You should all check out. You should all check out Dr. Mega Man, PhD.
Set these aside, and it's kind of hard to forget where those go. I say that, I probably forget. All right, and just lift straight up.
Nice.
Just like that.
Mamma mia.
Yeah. And as you can see, it's really small, really compact. This particular,
It doesn't look too dirty.
actually no, this is actually really nice. Wow. I don't know how I found one of those, but you can
That
see your
fan looks
is
clean
nice,
too.
I know.
Man, damn.
Let me just take a gander here. This one. No, this fan looks like crap. We're getting that next. All right. So that was truly broken. Okay. Anyways, so let's look around here. Yeah, the fan's beautiful. We can probably dust up a little more. But everything works so far, so I'm not going to really dig deep in this one right now. I'm going to set it aside, but I'm going to show you the general problems with most of these things, besides the lasers and the motors, is these sticky buttons. Now these sticky buttons, it really actually sucks. My fingers are fat, and it's going to be hard for me to do this, but we're going to do it. You can see in here, we have a open door lid button right here. It's sticky. So we're going to take all these screws out, and we're going to clean them up best we can, put it back together, and probably off air I'm going to just deep clean these things and show you before and after pictures and stuff. But I don't know how much I can get better than the inside of that. But all right. So I've got a little Phillips here, and I need a different size Phillips. So 1 second.
Handy dandy toolkit.
Yeah. Yeah, I bought that because I was repairing cameras, and I had all kinds. You know what? That might fit. All right. If it fits, it fits, I guess. So we're gonna take all these out, and this is spring loaded. You know, they loved springs and screws back in the day. This thing might fly out. Probably not. All right. We're going to pull this straight up. And it's always good to remember where the spring went. Otherwise, you guys search on YouTube and watch professional people do it. Now we're getting to the button right here. So the button's pretty easy to get out. Luckily, I brought my needle nose. My needle nose here, and we're going to push these buttons out. The little tabs you push in and you push in, and it pulls out like that, and then your button should come out, and there it is.
Nice. Well,
It's still not, but I don't know if anybody can see it, but yeah, there's some gunk and stuff on the side of these things, so especially probably a little hole here. Oh yeah, throughout the centuries here, built up. So we're gonna get some alcohol. Oh boy, there we are. All right. Like I said, I'm gonna deep clean this anyways. But this is just generally how you do it if you don't want to take everything apart. Some alcohol. How the fudge rounds out. What's this? Star punch? What are those things? Little Debbie had a
oh yeah,
Star
the
Crunch.
Star Crunch, yeah.
I forgot about those things. You know, last week we were talking about fudge rounds, and the first thing I did after it, I bought a fudge round. Now I'm getting a Star Crunch. Be like, oh yeah, it's a little dirty. Like I said, I usually take everything apart, everything, and just deep clean it in water, soap and water, warm arm, scrub every little crevice out. Same thing here, just go over here. Alright. Now, I was only going, if you can see here, you're only going one way. The big slide goes, it's like a little game you play when you're a kid. The square goes in the square. I say that one day.
The circle goes in the square.
Yeah. With enough force. Over. You can see better where it's at, and it feels a lot better. So now we're going to go ahead and take the jam reset button here. There probably is jam in there. Anyways, we're going to take it out. Same thing as other one. Push these two tabs in, and and you push down on it and it'll pop right out, in theory. There she is. Oh yeah, lots of crud in that.
You put it up to the camera?
You can barely see it.
Yeah.
A little better lighting, but there's some
Yeah.
crud
Oh,
in there.
okay. Oh, yeah, I can kind of see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to take that crud out, and hopefully this thing will be a little easier.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think the main reason, like I said, I think I said it last week. The main reason I got a GameCube was because I knew at the time, every Resident Evil game was going to be on the GameCube.
Oh yeah.
So I figured that way I could just have everything like in one console.
Yeah.
And then I played Metroid Prime, the first one, and then Wind Waker.
Yeah. There was ports from Dreamcast like Crazy Taxi and some other stuff that.
You got it specifically for Smash Bros. Melee? Yeah, I never got into. I like the current Smash Brothers Ultimate. I think the very first one that I ever played was the one on Wii. I never played the GameCube one.
I think I had that game already in one when I picked one up.
Mm-hmm.
I think I gave that away with some of my friends. But no, I love Sonic on this thing. It's pretty cool. I have Luigi's Mansion. I have Animal Crossing for this thing. I have all kinds of games. But
the Wii one was the only one you haven't played. Yeah, I know that there's like the diehard, like hardcore Smash players. Like there's like good ones and bad ones and stuff like that. I have no idea what is what. But I know I play. I didn't really get into it until this current one with Ultimate. So, and I like that one. Plus, it has everybody. But I think, like I said, yeah, I mainly got the GameCube for Resident Evil stuff and Wind Waker.
oh yeah. All right. Well, we kind of defudged all that.
It was a pretty exhaustive cast, yeah.
All right. So this button's now, as you can see, really free. It just falls out.
Nice.
So generally, that's usually what happens. These things, you get old like this. You buy one off eBay or find one somewhere. These buttons are usually jammed up, and it's just simply take the shell off with your 4.5 bit screw here and do like I showed you. All right, let's put this back together real fast because this is pretty much really nothing wrong with it. So it's just dirty. Like I said, off air, I'll take this all apart and really clean it up, and I'll show you before and after. So, all right, and it's always good to remember how this came out.
Which we did not remember. No.
I'd be surprised. I have short-term memory. It's gonna be hard for me to angle this to show y'all, but there we go. Basically, you just remember how you pulled it out. There's a spring right here. That spring has to have pressure right here in order for the lid to hold. So let me screw this back in real fast, and we'll see. Let's see what happens. Oh boy, it's the wrong size head for this thing, so bear with me. I'll get a better one next time. Let's see if I have another screwdriver laying around. Let's see if this works a little better. Ah, yes, a little bit better. A little rinky-dink screwdriver here. So when you put the screws back in plastic, always remember to go backwards. backwards until you feel it click or kind of feel like it goes back into a hole.
It's in its groove.
Yeah, it gets into the groove. Otherwise, you're going to make brand new threads for it. So see how easy this goes in now. If it wasn't like I told you, it'll be like you'd be like cranking down on it, whatever. And then it's over time, it's no good. So don't put too much pressure on that because that's when actually if you put too much pressure on it, it's like it's gummed up again. I'll show you here in a second. Just like I said before, back up like that. You don't know how many Genesis I've done wrong. Alright. Yeah, my friends think about buying a 3D printer, and I think that would be beneficial to what I'm doing right here. There's so many plastic broken parts that we can replicate, and especially that Sega Model 1 I have, that's broken tray.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to pay $100 for another broken one just to get a tray out of it. So, alright, let's see how well this works.
What kind of 3D printer?
It was the one that, looking at it, it scans, prints, and does something else. He's looking at all kinds of things. It has a little scanner that scans everything. I guess it memorizes it and you just pre-prints it out. I don't know, he's into it, so. Alright, yeah, it's a lot better. Oh yeah. So let's fire it back on here and see what happens. I'm not going to screw this back in because now that we know we have a working unit here, we're going to kind of harvest parts of it and see what's wrong in the next one. So kind of like oh boy. All right, let's try it out again. Now we can see the reset button's not stuck anymore. Look at that.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just simple, and it's little simple things you can do if you're a GameCube, you have a closet or whatever, and it doesn't work. But yeah, open button's good now. The reset button's good. Originally, the reset button I thought was what the original problem was, but somehow over the course of me putting it over here, it must have fixed itself. So, all right, let's try her out again. And this time we're going to hold the Z button in and have a different intro.
I did not know about this until
Yeah.
like just before we started.
I had to educate him on that. Alright, just plug her back in. And TV went out. I'll turn it back on. There she goes. Alright, I'm going to turn her up a little bit.
There you go.
Alright, cool. Now I'm going to hold the little Z button down while I power it up, and it should give me a different little intro or sound. So here we go. Project Dolphin. Alright, let's try out some Sonic once more. I'm not a professional gamer, so don't laugh. Now watch it not work now. Back to the drawing board. Every time I hear that, I always think about Sonic and Knuckles. Or just Sonic 3. And just hear the do-do-do-do-do-do. Of course, they don't have a memory card. So I don't know what I hit there. It's not what I wanted, not what I wanted. Go back, go back. See, I already screwed up already.
You fail at menuing.
Yeah. There we go. I blame the angle. That's it. The angle of the TV, yeah. Let's go to Sonic 3. Come on. think this is the. There we go. That's the nice Genesis 2 sound. Yep, so it works. I just love the sound of Sega stuff. I don't know why. Through a Nintendo.
They had some good soundtracks, man. They had some good sound. I mean, sometimes it sounded awful, but when done right.
Yeah, through the, like I said, the model Sega Genesis Model 1 had excellent sound. You know, through that little Sony sound chip they had on board, and then they switched to like cheaper stuff, and it was like not as good.
Ah, the nostalgia. Yes, yes. Yeah, still to this day, my favorite Sega soundtrack is Streets of Rage 2.
Yeah, Streets of Rage 2 is good. I have Streets of Rage 1, and I love the soundtrack of that too. That dude can really make some music back in the day. Alright, let's just burn down the forest. Oh yeah. Perfect. Alright. So let's go to the next one and see what we can do, alright? And if you want to see me play it more, just let me know. Alright, let's turn this bad boy off. Alright. Turn it back this way. Down a little bit. We're good?
A little bit more.
A little more down, okay?
There you go.
Alright, cool. Oh boy. Oh boy, I even ripped the cord out. Wow. I'm doing really good. Huh.
There we go.
Something else we're going to fix. Alright, I'm going to set this aside and because I'm probably going to harvest some parts off this. Alright, here's the next one. Like I said, I always wanted a black one. I have the black controller, I just need a black GameCube, you know. Alright, same thing. Let's see what happens. Take it out. Alright, let's turn this back this way real fast. It was already on for some reason. You good?
Yep, you good.
Alright, let's turn it off again. I'm not going to do the Z thing. Alright. I didn't hear anything on that one moving, so that's not a good sign. Alright. I heard something move, but I don't see anything on the screen.
No disc.
Yay, we finally have something broke. Alright.
Was the disc spinning or no? No.
I don't think it's spinning, and that's another good point. If you leave the disc on, it's been hard for me to show you. But let me see if I can do this. Haha, are we good?
Yeah.
Always be sure to see it. Like if you put the disc in, put it like where you know where everything is, and let's see if it spins. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna put it back down, and we're going to. Now I hear the laser head pop.
Yeah, I heard it kind of click.
Yeah,
that's about it.
So it's we know that's functioning or trying to. So I'm gonna back up, but no, it didn't move. As you can still see. So
Yep.
Here we go.
Still there.
It's still there. So yeah, that's one of our first problems. So what we're gonna do is usually doesn't fix it the first time, but we're gonna try to put some alcohol in the laser head and see if there's any dirt or debris on it. So let me turn it back down this way.
Good.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. I'm gonna pop this thing out carefully over here. And just so we're gonna area. Get some 91% alcohol if you can find some. It's still pretty hard to find on shelves. I got this a few years ago.
Your standard moonshine will work as well.
Yeah. It's still, oh yeah, it's still there. Yeah. Yeah, most of your hand sanitizers now are basically moonshine. So I'm going to, I don't know if you can see this. Can you see it?
Yep.
Alright. It's basically going to just barely touch this thing. Don't push down on it or anything like that because you'll probably damage it more. Or if it's not already damaged. Just do like that. I don't think that would be the problem, but we're going to see. So I didn't see anything on there. Usually if you see something with your eye on there, then there's something on there, right? Alright. We're going to try it. Let's see if anything happens.
Good.
Yeah, it is good, but oh yeah, the ball. I must have
Oh
lost the
yeah,
side.
yeah. That thing on the side there
Yeah,
locks
cool.
it. Yeah.
Ah, cool.
There you go.
All right, and we're like I said, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna put the disc where we know it is, and we're gonna show the. And the disc is still not spinning. So, all right, well, we're gonna take her apart. So, go it this way. The disc is spinning now. Huh. I think this thing is cursed already. Alright. It seems like the laser head's having a hard time reading. And it just read. How will be?
Weird.
Let me turn this back this way. Yeah, at first I showed you all that it wasn't spinning whatsoever, and I just applied a little bit of alcohol to the laser head, and now it's working. Huh.
Notice the Trigon post in the back. Yeah. Was can you hand me on top of the bag with the little bag with the artwork in it?
Right here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Got a bunch of. I need to get these things framed. We can get them out of the bag. But I picked these up at a comic convention. I got like a Cowboy Bebop one.
Oh wow.
Probably should have had you hold these on your camera. And then this one was my favorite. This was an Akira one. It's all cool. And then we got the other Trigon one. But yeah, big fan of Trigon.
Well, since
Tetsuo! When because I have twin boys, and I was begging the wife to name the boys Vash and Knives. Wouldn't let me do it.
well, as we just saw, it came back to life. So
Try it again.
I don't really trust it. So
Yeah.
I think I'm actually still going to take it apart.
Yeah, let's take it apart anyway, just to be
And
sure.
Let's go in there and let's clean the tracks off. Let's clean everything off in there, and let's show you how dirty the fans are in here and everything. So I'm gonna first of all, let me just make sure it's going to play the game first. So let's get the right button this time.
Looks like it's gonna play it.
So far, so good. Yeah. I like broken stuff.
You hear that, kids? You got broken shit, send it our way.
Yeah. No guarantees.
No guarantees, though. We may break it more.
Yeah. It's gonna. Oh yeah. All right. Yeah, continue that save is like the old days, anyways. You lost your lives. You had to start over again.
Back when you had to actually buy memory cards separate.
Yeah. I think what Sonic 3 did have his own save.
Yeah, they had the onboard. Yeah, you could
onboard,
save it. Yeah. I think that was the first. Yeah, that was the first Sonic game that did that. Might be the.
Was. 2 didn't do it. 1 didn't do it.
Yeah. Sonic and Knuckles didn't do it, and that came after.
I think it only did it if you put the Knuckles adapter first.
Oh
Remember
yeah.
that game? You put the Knuckles
Yeah.
down first, then you put. I always love the sound test. Alright, okay. Where we at?
It's a Wing Fortress zone right there, right? Yep. I know all these. I know all these songs.
It's my favorite.
That's Chemical Plant, right?
Chemical Plant, yes. And they had a. This was the sampler right here. This music right here, they kind of like a remix back in the day. They blended everything in.
Oh yeah.
It's a sampler song. And sometimes I play this song just while I'm working on old school stuff. You know, it's the background. It blends everything in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They did an excellent job in this. And granted, they used computers the size of the garage. You know. It gets me motivated to work on these things.
You love the speed of the one in Chemical Plant level, yeah.
I don't know if anybody else has that problem, but on my Sega, Sonic seems to like fall through like one of the chemical loops because it's so fast. Like it just goes so fast. Like
the blast processing.
Yeah, the blast process is blasting, and Sonic just flies through there and stops. I don't know. I don't know how blast process maybe tuned down a little bit. Alright, cool. Alright, we're gonna turn this off. We're gonna take it apart anyways because, well, it's still broken in my eyes. Alright, we're good?
A little bit lower. And you're good.
Alright, cool. Unplug all this stuff. So all this stuff to the side. Yes. Alright. Like we showed you in the first one, it's just 4 screws right here.
Just take the game out.
Thank you, producer. Alright, first of all,
Rule
take the
number
game
1.
out. Yes, always take the game out. If not, I mean, it doesn't matter, but
Yeah.
it's always a good rule of thumb. I think on the Dreamcast you had to take it out. Or it took it out for you. Alright, okay, game's removed. Now, we'll take the screws out. It'd be neat to find all the accessories for these, like the wireless controller port, and the HDMI, aftermarket HDMI port. What else they have? They have all kinds of stuff. It'd be awesome to find all this stuff. And I think in Japan they, oh yeah, Panasonic. I think Panasonic made a version of the GameCube that had a DVD player built in. It was like almost like a Sega Genesis Model 1. I think it had like a slide-out drawer.
I'd like to find like a junk GameCube that like can't be saved and just like take everything out of it and just have it, just be the outer shell.
Yeah.
Just like make like a lunchbox for my kid because it's got that little handle right there. Like, what are you walking around with a GameCube for? It's like, it's my lunchbox.
I guess we could try it. Well, that could be a 3D printers for it, huh? That's a good idea.
Now, if we could just figure out a way to turn a GameCube pocket into a thermos. Just to put in there.
That'd be cool. I'm sure in the future we'll have a lot more broken stuff. That's actually broken. Or we can break it ourselves.
Just go to one of them old stores. Just start smashing stuff.
No. All we gotta do is go back to Tennessee and just find one that's working. Yeah.
Their idea of working.
Yeah. All right. Oh yeah. You can see. You can see that there's a bunch of gunk and looks like somebody's been smoking on this one for real.
Mm.
Oh yeah. All right, so we'll clean it up. We'll set this aside. All right. Oh yeah. Look at that.
Oh yeah, way worse. Yeah. Oh man.
Now I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the Dreamcast, if the fans stop working, it'll automatically shut the system off, and so that was another issue. If your fan's dead, it just has a fail-safe because it was blowing. It's basically blowing air throughout the little fins of the main board on the bottom, which we'll show you in here in a second. But yeah, we'll have to, and you can buy replacement fans. It's not a big deal. But I'm gonna clean this one up later on. So, all right. So some of this stuff just pulls right off. I'll set that aside. And this actually pulls up. Also, after you take the screws out. Let me just see right here. All right, cool. Let me see if I can find the right Phillips here. It's been a little while since I took one of these apart, so it might be a little trial and error.
That smoking damage back when you smoked and killed a power supply looked just like that. Yeah. I never smoked cigarettes inside, so I'm sure there's still smoke damage on my old stuff.
Probably made it run faster. Heavens, these are long screws. I'm really hesitant to put the screwdriver in.
I think it'll be fine. Yep.
Anyways, I don't think that's it. I think it just goes straight up. Actually, you know what? Stupid me. I think it comes straight forward. Yeah, there's pins here. Aha. I see. Yeah, I was taking the wrong thing out. All right, cool. Let me see here. I know this is pretty hard to put back in without the tweezers or whatever. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take these two screws out right here. That allows us to just have this board flop down and stuff. And also, it's going to let me show y'all the save battery, which the Dreamcast has the same problem. You have to replace those every once in a while, and which I did for yours. All right, that should just come right off. Should. There you go. Oh yeah.
Nice.
And now we can take that off and sit it aside and clean it out also with all the other stuff. So put that over here. Because most likely I'm going to have to put this thing, take everything off and clean it off there anyways. So, alright. So, looks like now we have the power supply we're going to pull off that way. So, when you hear that pop sound, that means nobody's been in your system. That I know of. I mean, they could have tightened it down hard, but usually when you hear that little fresh pop, that means you didn't get that one. It says on eBay, not tested or whatever, you know. Yeah.
Lying asshole.
Yeah. And if you like missed and screw, I'm sure something wrong. And I think this just comes straight up. Yep, it does, and pulls back. And that's the fan unit right here. So we'll set that aside like that, and that exposes the screws I need to take out for the shell of the case. And we'll go ahead and remove the 1,000 screws here. Look at that. Cigarette smoke, tar, probably Loctite, all kinds of stuff.
I forget, when did this console come out? It had to be like, was it 02?
2001.
2001. Okay.
Well, it was supposed to come out in what, November 2000 or September? I think they pushed it back a little bit. Maybe in 2002, but I think originally it was supposed to come out in 2001. And it was up
Holidays 01. Okay.
It was up against the PlayStation 2
Yeah.
and the dying Dreamcast at the time.
Okay, that makes. I probably got mine around like late 02 or. I got it for my birthday, so it was either 02 or 03. I might have even gotten it in 03. I'm not even sure. I don't remember because I got the PS2 like probably like 3 or 4 months after it came out.
So you had the big thick one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got my first PlayStation 2 when it would come the slim version.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably what 2004 or 5 when I got mine. I used to burn up Gran Turismo 4.
Those PS2s, man, they changed the game. Like
They did.
people like that. That's like I started buying DVDs because I had a PS2.
And that's what sold it.
Yeah,
PlayStation 2. They advertised and said this is a DVD player also, and it was cheaper.
Yeah.
You could buy a PlayStation 2. It's cheaper than you can buy a DVD player. And you can play games on it. So the marketing worked really well for them.
I think what was it? When I bought the PS2, I got it in 3 games. I picked up Grand Theft Auto 3, Final Fantasy X, and the first Devil May Cry.
Oh, yeah.
I had a buddy gift me a refurbished PS2 a couple years after release. Best console I may have ever owned. Yep.
Yeah, it was.
PS2s are awesome, man.
Still remember this day. I gave it away. I gave it away a long time ago. But there's a lot of stuff I wish I could just turn back time and go get my stuff back.
Oh yeah.
All right, I removed a handful of screws. Let's see if this thing comes straight up. No, that doesn't. The actual will come up. Don't do that. Let me double check. I know it sits down onto the motherboard itself. I know that much. Hold up. I think I gotta remove these screws too. There's some little tiny long screws right here. Let me see if those are it too. Never want to stretch these things out. Got that one out. I think I have to take these out. Yes, I do. All right. Alright, that should do it. Man, I don't know if you can see this, but that's really dirty.
Yeah.
There she goes. There you go, straight up. It goes straight up. So we're going to set the laser unit aside. And there's gold in here. Anyways, this is the big old heat sink that this thing goes through, and it's dirty as anything.
Look at a gunk on that heat sink. Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna clean this all up, but we don't actually need to tear into this right now. So we're gonna leave this aside. I'll brush it off later. So we're gonna set this side. The granted, everything was working. All right. So there's our laser unit. So we're gonna remove the shield. Oh man, ooh. We're gonna remove the shield. And, oh yeah, there's the screws. Oh boy, I forgot how they come. Oh, we'll figure it out.
I'm all of a sudden reminded of like when I was in elementary school and they brought these people that were like all like anti-smoking, like to make sure the kids didn't smoke, and they did that experiment with like a bag and a cigarette, and it showed you the inside of the bag, and that was supposed to be your lung, and I'm like, that's kind of what this GameCube looks like right now.
It does. I've seen worse than this, but we'll find some more in our. We'll find some more. It'd be cool just to find the worst one we could ever find. It looks like it's went to a house fire or something and try to restore it. Alrighty. So I'm gonna put a piece of cloth of the laser here. Actually, I don't think it's actually gonna work, but this makes me feel a little better.
Yeah.
I'll set it down in there because I know it already works. I don't want to damage it anymore. I know that there's a potentiometer on the back of here you can adjust, and it gives the laser more power because over time the laser gets weak and dies or whatever. But you can give it more power. But it will probably make it die faster. But after that,
Do you think is that why? I mean, other than just like technology advancing and everything, and like easier access, like I understand like buying games digitally and all that stuff, but do you think like because of like wear and tear on lasers and stuff like that, that was another reason to do it, other than just the obvious convenience and everything else that's obvious about buying stuff digitally? But
that's probably why
you don't have to worry about the laser and the drive and everything like that.
No, I assume the future generations of consoles past PS5 and Xbox are going to be more of a digital download.
Oh yeah.
I think because most new computers you buy don't come with CD-ROMs. Hell, most cars you buy don't have a CD player.
Mm-hmm.
It's all we'll listen live, we'll this and that. But I do miss the days of CD players, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. The next generation of consoles, who knows? It might be Sega's. Yeah, Sega. Disappoint me again.
You're not rushing out the gate to get your micro Game Gear.
All right, okay, so let's see. Here's a little board right here. All right, a little pointer here. Don't ever touch any of these right here, but this is the potentiometer right here. You just turn that clockwise or counterclockwise. I'm not going to do it because I know it works, but I have to look it online and see which way to turn it. But you will turn this a little bit to give the laser more power and then to read disk better once it gets weaker. So that's another thing you can do once we actually find what's broken. So we'll adjust that later. Now, there's a mod, a region-free mod you can put on these things. And that region-free mod goes right in here. And there's a sorter version. There's always sorter versions. Can't say that word. But use a 6-wire version you can place on here, or there's one you layer out on top there and you solder it on. So we can do that later on once we get one. But anyways, what we're going to do now is we're going to flip it back over, and I believe if it's anything like a Sega Saturn or Dreamcast, this should just pop up, or it should have some tabs that allows you to pull this little shield off here and make sure there's no Legos or gummy bears stuck inside here. Which you might be laughing now, but I fixed a Dreamcast one day because somebody dropped a little Lego toy gun. It fell down the track and hung up, and it said it doesn't work. I pulled it out and I still have it. I set it on a little display. It's the funny things you find in these things. But it should have. Yeah, there's a tab right here on the back side. That's the only tab I see. Well, we'll just take it apart the hard way. Alright. Actually, no, we can't. Right? Yes, we can. Because I'll have to desolder these two little wires right here, and disconnect the ribbon cable and disconnect that in order to pull this board off. So The only reason to pull the board off is because the back side of this board has capacitors. They're a little.
Oh, so they're hiding on the other side.
They're hiding on the side. They're surface mount capacitors. All right. They look just like these surface mount capacitors right here.
Mm-hmm.
They are a pain to disorder. So, luckily, hopefully next week I'll have a soldering what you call it, tweezers. They look like tweezers, and they just go on both sides, and he's somebody can pull them straight up without ripping the traces off. Hopefully, but hopefully I get some of those, and it'll make it a lot easier for me. But let's see if we can try to get this open. I know there's a way. It has to be.
Puzzle time. Yeah.
Yeah, you might. 3 hours later.
Once you finally get it open, Pinhead appears.
Yeah, there's a way, because I can clearly see the motor and everything. I can see the tracks. So yeah, I think I watched this once on YouTube, and the guy made it look like easy, you know, like just take it right off. No, I'm not that good. I'm sure some people are laughing right now. It's like, ah, I take that part every day. Well, if I break it, I got another one. Don't make me angry and get to sort these wires and take it apart the hard way. Alright. Okay. Once I just ripped everything on wires and all.
Screw it.
Yeah. Yeah. This is
Fatality.
I've gotten mad at these things before. You know. And when you just like get defeat, you just turn YouTube on. You know. It's okay. We all go through that, you know. Okay. Boy, it's different when it's live. I'm gonna wheel and hold up. What is this? Oh, let me just see if I can do it this way. Yeah, anyways, don't do what I just did.
Don't do what I just did.
No. Remember, this is for entertainment only. There's little, I don't know if you can see it, there's little lashes that you pull back, and it should just come off. Easier said, huh? But yeah, it's getting better. Two are good. Let's see if I can find another one. Try not to break them off. I thought I was onto something. Yeah, because it just comes back like that, so it has to.
You got to be rough with it. Not too rough.
No.
But rough.
Don't break these things off. I mean, it's okay because it's mine, but I'm sure. Let me unscrew these, and just to make sure that something else wasn't holding on the back. And I was pretty sure that I have to desolder these things, but my shaky hands. It's funny that I've never seen that before. It actually shows a picture of a screw, where the screw goes. So you can't miss it, you know. What I would probably do. There he is. You know what? I might as well just desorder these. I might as well get the soldering iron out over there and get it heated up. And let's do this the proper way.
Want me to grab it?
Yeah, go ahead and get it. And
It's in the blue container?
yeah, the big one. All right. So these ribbon cables right here. There are some that other devices that you just pull up, but these right here are just basically just push them out like that, and it should give enough so you can pull this out without ripping the cable.
Where do you want to put it?
Let's set it right there, right here. You're fine. Set this back this way. Oh boy.
Want me to wet the sponge?
Yeah, we didn't do that. Alright. Alright, turn this on. Alright, we'll keep on playing with this. Ian is going to wet the sponge for the soldering iron. And it pulls out just like that. Used to fix a bunch of cameras that added, same thing. Alright. Let's see if that can be pulled back without ripping it. Alright. You got it?
Yep.
Alright, cool. So yeah, just wiggle it out. Try not to pull too hard. It will. You can damage the little line, the cables inside there. And so what I'm going to do now is turn this over, and this probably would be a good time to. If you think you have static on you, whatever, to discharge yourself somewhere, or one of those special little wrist things that professional people use. But you can just touch anything and, it should be fine. I've never, ever when I've done this, ever killed any of these little circuitries, little chips doing that. But this could be the day.
Yeah, the wristband's nice to have.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they made those.
I have one over, well, no, it's back in another place. But when I build computers, I would do it every once in a while, especially if it's not mine.
Yeah.
If it's mine and I would blow it up, it's like, oh, well, new egg, it didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
All right, she's good and hot. Furthermore, you really can't screw it up because it says red and brown.
Yep.
Now, if I put brown or red, I might as well just give up and say goodbye and see you later. Man, let's make it simple. Where's that? Cool. Alright. I'll get my little tweezers. It's going to be hard to do at an angle like this, but I'm going to have to just bear with me. When we ever get figure out a situation with overhead counting, we'll make it a lot easier, but we're not that advanced. Come on. Maybe it's not hot enough yet. Alright. It's still getting up the temperature. Or yeah, just not a good, I'm not good at this. I probably needed some flux, but I didn't bring any with me. So we're gonna do this though. It'll probably heat up. It'll probably flow better with flux, and plus I don't have any sorter, but it's okay. We're going to use the rest of. We'll try to use this on here.
You want to send us your OG Xbox controllers or controls? What was wrong with it? Have you ever done? I've seen you work on consoles before. Have you ever like worked on like a controller?
Sega and Nintendo controllers. Never worked on another one.
Everything's wrong with it.
The original Xbox controller. It's worth a look, you know. I mean, if you can buy all kinds of replacement parts and stuff for all the controllers, anyways, new batteries for PlayStation 4 controller, you can do anything. I'm sure it's worth taking a look.
They barely work as it is, so if they don't come out well, it's not really a loss on my end. I just wouldn't want parts to go wasted.
Yeah, there she goes. Yeah, this will, like I said, this will go a lot easier if I had some other supplies with me. I just didn't think ahead. See? It just took a while for the iron to get hot enough to do this. All right, so it should be about 4 billion degrees. Push them aside. All right. This is disconnected. That's disconnected. And should be able to pull this straight up. Yep. There it is. There it is. Okay. I'm gonna push this aside. And there's the brains of the CD controller. The brains of everything, actually, as far as the region-wise, everything, PAL, NTSC, whatever. Like I said, the mod goes right here. We'll do that next time. Actually, we'll probably order one and see what happens.
Nothing like stabbing a GameCube with a hot iron.
Yeah,
Yep.
for real. Yeah. All right. So I've seen before with all these capacity surface mount capacitors will go out, and they have kits for these things. You can just replace them all, but that's another thing. In case your motor just won't run anymore, excuse me, or your laser's not doing a good job, whatever, you can replace all these surface mount capacitors, and boy, they're hard to do. To me, they are. I'm sure some people go, you know, just take them right off. All right, we're gonna set this aside. And we're going to continue to figure out how to take this apart. Like I said, it'll probably just come right off now. No. At least y'all get to see what the board looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I would figure, like I said, it would just be those little tabs. Actually, that was it.
There you go.
Yep.
So it was the tabs?
It was the tabs, but it looks like I had to have everything taken off at first.
Gotcha.
So yeah. Yep, was the tabs. And we gotta figure out the rest of the story. There's no hidden screws. There's another one right there. It's hiding. I can tell because of this little indentation right here. There's another tab right there. Yeah, that's it. So good thing I have these little tweezers. There it is.
There we go.
Well, I did nothing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Anyways, that's how you take that off. It's like I'm a archaeologist, you know, looking at stuff and disassembling something from the 10th century. All right, well, let's keep on going.
One step closer.
Yep. there's a little trap door there or a dead end. So let's go back originally what I was trying to do. And besides 3 hours ago, what I was trying to do was take this bad boy off. So let's give it a little more pressure this time. It does make it a little more flexible. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that was the whole thing. It's coming up now. It looks like now since all the shell and everything we took apart, it's not as sturdy as it was, and now it's more flexible to pull stuff off.
There we go.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna remember how to put this crap back together now. All right. Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. You can buy replacement motors and everything with these things. So,
wow.
Yeah, you can buy new laser heads, the replacements. I bought a couple for a Sega CD Model 2, the little flat ones, you know. Usually the lasers don't ever really go out. It's the control board that goes out, and you can't fix those. I mean, sure somebody could. But, alright, I don't know if you can see this, but where the laser rides, right here,
right,
back and forth, over time, and I can feel this one, this actually is pretty, it gets a little stuck on one end. Over time, this, I mean, this has little nasty stuff. Look at that, look, it has a little piece of plastic stuck on it right there. So, over time, that might have been the whole problem. Anyway, it wanted to let this thing move, whatever. There it goes. But this stuff right here gets a little hard sometimes. And it won't allow your laser to track right. Like, this sounds really good though. So normally you will take a Q-tip and take all this grease out, whatever, and apply some new grease. Otherwise, it will sound loud like the Dreamcast do.
Yeah.
I believe yours is loud, and all it needs is me to apply some more grease to it. Take out the old stuff, put some new stuff on.
I mean, I've always remembered even when I got the Dreamcast when it was brand new, it was still loud.
It was.
It was a loud console.
And you can make it a little bit quieter, by taking the old stuff out or put some new stuff in. But yeah, if you ever have a laser that doesn't move at all, it just sits there and won't move. Most likely 9 times out of 10, this is all shot or your motor shot. So it's always good to take all this apart like I just did the hard way, and I clean your tracks out. Like I said, that's how I found most of the Dreamcast problems with the lasers is because stuff is stuck in here. Like we just pulled out that little piece of plastic was stuck on most likely underneath there. So we'll set. All right, so this thing feels really good to me. Everything spins up, the motor seems fine. So what we're gonna do is while I have this apart right now, because I am gonna have to put this back together. We're gonna reassemble it. While I have this apart right now, I'm gonna go ahead and get some Q-tips and clean this little outer rim, edges right here where the dust goes. That way, it's one step closer getting this thing looking good. So now I'm sure if you could just remove everything, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I'm not gonna do that. Everything is working right now, so I don't feel like adjusting the laser, you know, or anything like that. Because when you put a new laser in, you have to.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's the motto, yeah. Yeah. So
Prevention is 9/10 of the cure. Yep.
Yeah. So technically, it wasn't broke, and it's probably just broken now for sure. But hey, what are they going for now? What, $40, $50 on eBay broke?
On eBay?
I don't know. Yeah.
GameCube? Let's find out.
Yeah, let's find out for me. And one day I'll have my JVC XI. One day. Let's get that.
see here.
It should be
This
that
one,
much.
this one not working. 25,
What's the shipping? $427.
15.
No, that's not bad.
Let's see this one. Nintendo GameCube DOL Japan modeled one, I guess.
Yep.
Bottom case, it's orange. Only broken piece. See, that one's $20, free shipping.
Free shipping? See how cheap these things are? Huh? That's why I get these things $10 a piece. They're a little overrated system too. You know, this system is not overrated. Excuse me, underrated. They have some great titles, launch titles. Well, Luigi's Mansion was a launch title. Wasn't it like 42 games that come out in the first
They had a lot of games.
year? It was really good.
Whoa. What the hell is this monstrosity?
Did you find the shell that fits DVDs?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking at. The Panasonic DVD one, yeah.
Yeah, it's about what, $7,000, something like that.
$600.
Yep.
Wow.
See, I didn't make that up, kids.
At first, I
exist.
thought it was just like a big printer, but I'm like, nope, that's a GameCube.
Is it silver?
Yeah, silver, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. That's the one that plays DVDs, and that's the one.
Oh, and it has the little digital readout on the top. That's badass.
And it says hello when you turn it on, or whatever language it is. And that's what they should have released. You know what I mean? Like they should have.
Thank you for the donation, Old Sparrow. $20 donation.
wow.
Thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. We can get a. We could buy some batteries now.
No,
Man.
no, we'll get some more supplies,
Yeah.
more tools. Thank you.
Sure appreciate it, man. Thank y'all.
This thing, hold on, let me pull this. Let me pull this up on the screen because people got to see this nonsense.
Yeah, we do that. It's really cool looking. It's almost like futuristic. You know what I mean? Like, if it only talks to you, like, hello. You know. What would you like to play today? I know in our last video, I was talking about the weird things I've seen stuck inside these systems before, and the fudge round was the top one.
But yeah, look at this crazy thing here.
You know, I have to look at this too. Hold up, let me go over there. We're good.
It says Panasonic on the controller.
All right, I'm gonna sit this right here. I want to look at this.
And then,
Oh,
it's got the digital readout up here on the top. Little glow lights where the controls go.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yep. Look at that. I mean, that stuff. Yeah, I have to mod myself, you know, but it's already done. You know, it's ready to go.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Don't order it. It's 2 years salary.
That's a gadget and a half, I know, right?
Yeah.
Have a couple GameCubes on me. Thank you again, Old Sparrow. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we could buy 2 more GameCubes.
Yeah.
All right. So, while he's looking at all that, I'm gonna finish cleaning this up. Good thing I bought some Q-tips.
I'm gonna look at this orange Japan one.
That might be a excuse me. That might be something to a region mod, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've never done it.
There's some chips and dings in it. I see. It looks like let me see if I can see where that's at. So, underneath where you can put all the attachments and stuff, it looks like one of the parts where you like the clip, like one of the corners, it looks like it's got like a nasty chip out of it. Like you couldn't really replace that. But it still looks pretty cool though.
You
Is
talking
this
about
just
like
the shit?
you talking about like this right here, the corner down here? Somewhere?
Yeah.
I guess you can use some Bondo like they do on cars, you know.
Yeah.
Just put some Bondo on it. Modeling clay. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff you can do. Luckily, we have some canned air here, so 1 second.
Here's one for $8. It's the OG, like indigo looking one.
Okay, yeah. That's the one I already have. I have one of those. What about black? You found black yet?
Let's see here. See GameCube, black, It's for parts. It says not working for 35.
Because I think it's the color what makes the difference. The price, you know.
Yeah.
Like the Dreamcast had the sports edition, I believe it was. It's the black one. Remember the black one? The Sega Sports Edition, or whatever it was. There was a black version of the Dreamcast I always wanted. You know.
This one that's the OG one that's like $8. Says the disc driver has suffered several burns from a botched mod chip installation.
That's what I'm talking about. Remember I was talking about that? I flipped it over. They're talking about right here. The little mod chip right here. They put right here, and they must have bought something. But I mean, it's all right if you have an extra board. You know, you can just replace it. But
says the system boots fine and operates fine. Replace the disk drive with a new one or an ODE.
Yeah.
And let's see, and the system should be restored to full functionality.
Does it say the mod chip? It's a botched mod chip. The mod chip doesn't work. So
right.
They already took it back off.
Oh yeah. Botched mod chip installation and does not work.
Okay. Yeah. That might be interesting, but you know, we have parts, but I just don't have any like good quality looking. So all the stuff I have is like being scratched up and dinged up. You know.
Right.
I'm sure one day we'll come across immaculate condition, kind of like the Game Boys are restored and how they look brand new when you put that retro bot on. Like that.
Yeah, this thing looks like it has some scuff marks on it, but it's not. I mean, you could probably buff these out.
Yeah.
Nothing, no like deep gashes or anything. It's just like kind of scuffed up.
It's probably not necessary to take all the dust out of here, but I'm going to do it anyway since I have a part.
And since I'm here, I'm gonna look up some TurboGrafx.
Yeah, TurboGrafx is awesome. Yeah, good luck finding the CD. I think it's called Turbo CD.
Oh yeah.
That'd be awesome. I think it was one of the first CD I had on. One of them. I'm sure there was more besides the CD-ROM for computer.
And of course, it's flooded with the minis.
I'm just surprised how much the minis cost.
Yeah. I almost got one just to get one, but I'd rather just have the OG, like an actual one.
Yeah, that was
that one you had for a little bit that you were working on was awesome.
Still have it.
Oh yeah.
I just don't have controllers for it. I've been collecting games for it. I got Blazing Lasers back for it. I got Military Madness, and I have baseball World Series or World Baseball. I forget what it's called, something like that.
The robot one, or is it like actual baseball?
The actual baseball.
Okay.
World Series baseball.
Oh, I'm thinking of an NES game, Base Wars. Never mind. I'm thinking of an NES. It's baseball, but like all the players are robots.
I remember I was seeing that game before. I probably repaired that game before. Yeah. Anyways, this is your little. Well, the lid comes over. It pushes these back to engage the motor. The drive motor and laser, so that way you won't be looking in there and burn your eyes out with a laser beam, which you can't, I don't think, but sometimes these break off or get jammed, so that's another thing go wrong in the system. This right here could be broke. You can break it somehow, so just kind of give it a little clean up. And I dusted it out anyways with the air. All right.
That's not a very good description. I found TurboGrafx for $80.
That's usually what I bought mine for. I bought mine for $75.
But it's not working.
Well, did they say not working or tested not working?
It says console for parts or repair not working. So, item is console only, no cords or controllers.
And that's what I bought last time too, yeah.
Console shows no sign of turning on or outputting to TV. Cords that were tested work fine on a different console. Console was purchased from a bulk lot. No attempts have been made to fix it by us.
Huh. Interesting. Well, I mean, the turbo didn't have any indicator lights on anyways.
Yeah.
So it just had like a little red indicator that said it was on. A little red.
Fox. Obviously, it won't turn on or show up on the TV if it's got no cables.
In that case, sold. Place bid. All right. Looking here, it looks pretty clean. Since the switcher right here, make sure your laser head goes that way, so we're good there. Gotta route these wires somehow back through there.
Those ribbons look like a pain in an ass for this one.
Oh man, to tell you, I modified a Canon XTI to full spectrum last week. You're talking about pain in them. Those ribbons were like 10 times worse. And if I can't put these back together, I might as well just quit. I'm sure these had robots making all this stuff too. Alright, good. No, it's not good. There he is better.
There
Alright,
you
we'll
go.
go down. But say we're gonna be angled up like that and we're gonna Alright, always make sure it looks halfway decent. I got all the dust taken out and all that stuff like that, so like I said, I was gonna do it off air, but I might as well do it now since I already have it taken apart.
Yeah.
And I can do the rest of the stuff off air, but I think with this one I'm actually gonna put it back together completely.
Go for it.
And we're gonna do that for that. And oh, let's see. What about next week? What are we gonna do next week? Let's see.
You want to take a stab at that PS3?
We could. I have to pre-test it out. This little bad boy TV right here won't put out 1080.
That's fine, as long as you can see it.
Yeah, so I have to go into my 4K just to reset the settings back to 720. If I can do it, I don't know if I can or not. I really don't know much about PS3s. All I know is they're just computers.
Yeah.
That's all they are. The Xbox is a computer. All computers.
And then of course you said you said the screen protectors for those Game Boys came in and everything?
Yes, I got a Game Boy Advance, the not the SP, but the regular Advance. I got that, and I have a broken Advance shell, whatever. It still looks like crap. So I'm going to take all the insides out, put them back inside the new shell, and we're going to install an amp in it also.
Yeah, I was going to say the sound. Yeah.
I bought I think it's a 3-watt amp or a 2-watt amp, 2 or 3-watt amp. We're going to put it back inside the Game Boy Advance, and we're going to see if we can blow the speakers out. Speaker out. I like the Game Boy Advance. I really do. It's a 32-bit screen, I believe. And if you just really have made the money, you can just buy the Game Boy SP, take the screen out of SP, and buy the there's a little conversion ribbon cable that goes to another ribbon cable, and then plug up some stuff, solder some stuff, and it works just fine. You have a backlit system in your hands. So I think the only thing I don't like about the Game Boy Advance is I don't think there's a charge port or charge,
you would think there would be.
You would think there would be, but unless I don't really know much about them, so that could be, I don't really know much about them. I just know how to take them apart.
For
Game Boy Advance. Yeah, not the SP. SP I have a charger for because it has a built-in charged battery, which I can replace in the future if everybody has one. Because I believe it only has the port to like a LAN to LAN kind of thing. Your friend has an Advance, you have an Advance, you can plug them together, kind of like the Game Boy Color. Y'all can play against each other.
Yeah, you're right. It's not. There's one that's not actually built into it. That's so
right.
weird. It's like a two. Oh, it's a two. You can buy an AC adapter set for it, but it's like a two-piece thing. Like one part goes where the batteries would go, so like you put that in there, and then you can plug something into that.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
That's weird.
When I took them apart, I was like, "There's no, power in." As most systems
Pokemon's battles, yes. That's so strange. Why would they not put that in there?
Well, it's kind of like it's kind of like I think it was more like a prototype in between, because they always improve upon,
Yeah.
I think I have like 3 or 4 of those Game Boy Lights. You call it Light LT? What do you call it? I forgot. Not the backlit ones, but I think it's a Game Boy. I'll have to find them out. It has a little stylus that comes with them.
Oh yeah,
It was
yeah.
before the 3D one, and before some other ones.
The DS, the dual screen.
Yeah,
one?
that's it.
Yeah.
DS Lite or
The DS Lite one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got 3 or 4 of those, and of course, I never took one of those apart, but it looks pretty cool. All right, let's see if I can remember this now. All right, looks like that goes there. Cable. Nope. All right, here we go. That looks like it. One out here. 1 second. I gotta look at some. Don't look like a dummy on air. All right, puzzle time. Always remember where these things went. Of course, it doesn't go that way because I gotta put this on. Let me see. Nope. All right, I gotta put this on. Wish I could replay what I just done. I was talking away and I forgot what I done.
More puzzle time.
Yes. It can only go one way. There's about 1,000 different ways I can try to put it on. It has to go like that because it's boom boom. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, don't do what I just did there, and there we go.
Yeah, I was gonna say watch them tabs.
And now it just pops right back in place. And like, push this down like I almost did.
Slenderman, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. That's Slander. Good to see you, buddy.
Wow.
How you doing? How you doing?
All right. So I got that put back together. Let me just put this little back down here just in case I damage the laser. All right. Now I went just like that. Yep. Because there's your red and brown.
Right. Yeah.
So we're gonna put it back. If it's really good. Not really. There we go. All right, cool. We're good now.
When you hear the click, it's good.
Yeah. it's either good or you just broke something. So I'm gonna put the screws back in so I can hold the board down while I reflow this joints here. A metal, it's almost the same. I just go backwards until you hear it click or feel it click. It's not like the plastic ones, but you can cross thread them.
Yeah.
And all the other stuff, which is no good. Alright, make sure I turn my iron back up with a high. Let's see if we can reflow these microscopic joints here. Like I said, I didn't bring any of my other flux or anything else I need to make it a little easier, so we're just doing it by ear here. Alright. Talking about interesting system, there's something called a Wonder Mega. Look that up.
Wonder Mega.
Wonder Mega. It's by Sega. It's like a their version of a. I think it's a Master System, not mistaken, with a CD player. I know. It looks cool though. I always want one of those. I want one of those JVC XI and one of those Wonder Megas or Mega Wonders. I don't know, but they're really cool looking.
Wow.
Too. Yeah, you see it?
That looks weird.
Yeah, it plays CDs also. You know. All right. We're gonna put Mr. Ribbon cable back in.
Pre-owned, $785 for this. It was the Sega Mega Wonder RG-M2 Launch Edition Black Console.
Yep. Go ahead and place a bid. Well, we'll go to the title loan place and just we'll have at it. Oh, come Come on.
So it looks like there's a slot for cartridges. There's obviously a CD.
Yeah, I think it's like I said, I thought it was a Mega Drive. As a Master's, not me, a Master's. I thought it was a Master System of the game, but I'm not mistaken. It might be a Genesis, but it wouldn't make sense. It would be called. I don't know. Japan might have their own version. I don't know. I just saw it and I thought it would look cool. So
Interesting. Interesting.
oh yeah. Come on, come on. Come on.
It had S video, yeah. Yeah.
Does it?
It looked like it did, yeah.
Oh wow.
Haven't seen that port in years.
Alright. There it goes. There it is.
In business.
Yeah. Close these up. That should have done it. If not, I'll have to just take it back out and see if I can put it back in.
That's fine.
Push this back in. There we go. Put that back in. So ribbon cable here, ribbon cable here, and this goes back to the switch that allows the CD player to the DVD player to run. Like I said, it goes to this little switch. When your case opens, it hits this right here,
Oh, okay.
and it kills the laser. In case a little kid wants to stare into it. So
Don't look directly into the laser,
Yeah.
Ralphie.
yeah, what first it was microwaves, it was lasers.
Back up, sweetheart. Back up.
All right. Yeah. All right. So we got everything reinstalled. Besides this right here. So we're going to put them back in their little slot here. Go back home. Come back. Actually, I might just leave them out right now. All right. Let's separate the brown. And remember, it clearly says brown and red. So
It's idiot proof.
until now, watch this.
Until now, yeah.
Try not to burn myself. Doing this one-handed. See if I can put this on something here to kind of brace it a little bit. Well, this is a little skill level 4 here. I'm sure there's other ways of doing this, but this is probably not going to work out too well with me burning my finger off like that. So I'm going to have to go. You might not be able to see this, but and
Do what you gotta do to get it
Yeah.
right. You good?
just
If you want, I can hold the camera up over it.
maybe you want to.
Mm.
Yeah, we can show you how really not how to do it. I don't know if it's going to focus or anything, or any lighting, but we're going to just do it like that. And let it go. Browns with brown. And the red was giving me little problems here. Son of a biscuit eater. Alright. This is not going to be factory, that's for sure. This is going to be comical. There we go. And usually, if I had some solder with me, I would just retouch these up and make them look better. But since I don't have anything with me, we're going to see if that will work. So, all right, there we go.
Good.
All right, cool. Put this back. All right, so it's put back together. We cleaned a lot of stuff up. Let's see if I screwed anything up. Good possibility. So here we go. Dirty system here. All right. So I'll sit this right here. Now the good thing about this is we can test it out pretty much like this after I install the laser back on. But let's go ahead and do that then. Let's go ahead and set her back on. As you can see, there's a little port right there, and that slides right onto this little port right here, which makes it a lot more easy, a lot easier. It's more convenient to fix, to work on these things like that.
Gotta get all that gunk off that.
Yeah, we'll get that gunk off, and we'll get all that gunk off later. Yeah, this looks brand new compared to everything else, you know. Come on. You know what? Yeah. That's right, yeah. There it goes. Cool. Let's set this back on just real fast. We don't have to. Alright. Let's see if it works. What do I do about power? Power, that's yours. And be very careful at this point. I don't advise you to do this because capacitors are really not not friendly to you. They don't care.
Put a light bulb in your mouth like Uncle Fester.
Yeah. There's plenty of times it would have worked. I guarantee you. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah. I need some vinegar.
Some video.
Some vinegar. Yes. Aha, all right. Let's see if this contraption will work. Oh, I want to see this. See it?
Yeah. Still works.
Yeah. At least something works. All right, so we're gonna put a DVD, a miniature DVD in here.
Back to the Sonic.
Yeah, back to the Sonic. I would have brought another game, but one of the other games I have, I bought in like this bin of games are all scratched. They get scratched up to beyond belief. So eventually, I like to take it to those resurfacer people, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go back here. As you can see, everything's plugged up. This game won't turn on at all unless I hit these buttons right here. So I'm going to gently pull these back. You can see the laser doing its thing. And we still have no... So, there you go. Laser's working.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Yeah, that's ready. So
nice.
I want to turn it back this way.
Yep.
I'm trying to see if it will turn on. It's the funniest thing coming out of Nintendo. I think we're good.
Excellent.
Alright. I'm gonna let go of this. When you do that, you'll be like,
Yep. The disc cover is open. It has no disc cover. Late to the party, GameCube.
Alright, I'm gonna turn the power off. And, there we go. Turn it back this way. And we're gonna unplug this. And this is just beyond nasty, so
Yeah.
let's see. Well, I could probably take this off and clean this out right here, right now, if we wanted to. Yeah, might as well. You got a better camera angle?
Get in there. Get in there.
Yeah, I'm no good on camera. My producer here is really good.
Here.
That's my first GameCube game I ever bought on eBay. Alright. Oh, I'm going to show you one more thing. I forget. Where's that? No, I'll show you later. Alright, I'm going to turn this thing around. Now, just like Dreamcast, your saved batteries, it always goes out. I mean, I hadn't tested this one yet at all. I'm assuming it's bad. So you'll have to take these joints out, desolder them, and put a new battery in. Now there's the one like I put in yours is removable. When the battery dies, you can actually pull it out and put a new one in. This is stuck in here. You know, you have to take the whole unit out. So eventually I'll get to these, and then we'll put some new batteries in. You can change the color of the light, also all the stuff you want to do here, and you can put LEDs in all these little ports here by pulling up these little tabs right here, and you put little LEDs in there. It's really cool, but that's if somebody wants to see us do that. But otherwise, just keep it simple, All right, turn back this way. Looks like that just comes straight up.
Oh, you can mod with LED stuff. Yep.
Yep. And now we can really see the fan.
Ugh.
Yeah.
But you don't get it. You don't have to get like a different like front cover to show them off or anything.
No, because let me show you here. Because here's our front cover right here, and turn it back this way. When you do that, you have a lot of room. Where are we at? Here we are. Okay, the angle's a little different here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you got a ton of room in there, and they just fit. They just barely poke out right there, barely. And you can put any color you want, red, green. I always think that would be cool to have a black system with blue ones, It'd look really cool. And this would be like the poor man's version of the Panasonic one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we can do it later. But eBay, they sell LEDs that have a resistor soldered in, so you have to have a resistor in each one of them to save the LEDs from burning up eventually. But you just stick them in this hole, bend them over, and if I'm not mistaken, y'all can see this. If I'm not mistaken, that's 5 votes, that's negative. 5 votes negative. 5 votes negative. So you just sort the LEDs on these little controller ports, and that's what we'll do that eventually. That'd be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so let me set this right here, and let's look at the fan again. Oh man, oh man. I do have some compressed air here, but I think I'm going to blow it out on the other end of the room.
Yeah.
That way, we won't get dust everywhere. So just hold on a second, and I'll be right back.
Planning ahead. Yep. Yeah, that trash can's over there if you just want to do it over the trash can.
Right here?
Yeah.
And note itself, don't hold upside down.
Oh yeah, don't hold, yeah. Dust in the face. Oh man. Now see, now I wish I was filming this. This would be great for outtakes. There we go.
The can got cold. Time for the inhaler. Alright. So, I don't know if you can see, but we're a lot better already.
Oh yeah.
I said I wasn't going to disassemble this thing, but here we are. Oh yeah, we're a lot better already. But at this point, I really don't know. I mean, we're gonna clean it up right now since we're already here.
Yeah.
But
Just get that
there's
dust right
replacement, like I said, there's replacement fans. I don't know if it's be a good idea if I start restoring these for people, just to go ahead and replace all of them,
Right.
because I know on most computers these things go out a lot, especially if you have a dusty environment. But yeah. Oh man, that was a lot of dust. Man.
Whew.
Bet we can dry it up and smoke it again. Man. I don't think I've seen one this dirty. I could be wrong. We could find another one like this. Yeah, all this is doing is just making the fan be able to cut through the air more efficiently, to flow that air across the RX chip from ATI.
What was the name of the shop in Tennessee?
G2K Games, I believe it was. G2K Games. There's one in North Carolina, there's one in Virginia. Hey, yeah. I guess we can go to Virginia and get some really interesting deals too. That'd be cool. They have a lot of good stuff in those stores in Virginia. The Tennessee one's my favorite one.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually one in Morganton. That's past Marion. That's about 50 minutes away. It's actually closer. I've never been that one.
Okay, that seems. Oh, okay. I see what they're doing here.
But
They had a tab called New Retro. I'm like, that doesn't seem to make sense, but no. It's just like new stuff for old stuff.
yeah, they're interesting. I like them though. They're really nice people.
Oh, wow.
It's just if their version of their idea of a Super Nintendo is a little different than my idea of what a Super Nintendo is supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
What color was that again? Yellow or green? It was putting out green, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. The
Star
color,
Wars
yeah.
was green, and I was like, "This." He said, "Works well." And it's like, "Okay." I just drove an hour and a half. Please tell me it works. Oh well.
That's a cool looking controller, I'm not gonna lie. Let me pull that up here.
What you looking at?
It's a PC wired USB NES style controller with LED colors.
Oh boy.
So you can see it's like a see-through shell, but it's kind of slightly whited out. It's not like clear.
Oh yeah.
And it looks like there's like a blue stripe, a red stripe, and a green stripe. Let's see here. Yeah, oxymoron. Yeah. So yeah, it looks interesting. I kind of. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to see. I'd have to try it out. I'd want something that could also do. I'm in the I'm in the market for a new controller for my computer, but I was gonna get an 8-bit dough, but a lot of people I know have been having problems with it, and specifically the same exact problem. Like 3 different retro streamers I know in like all different parts of America, all got the same 8-bit dough controller, and all of them the B button like sticks. It's just weird.
Yeah, remember that controller I had for the regular Nintendo? The A button was halfway stuck, and not halfway stuck. So it was like almost like it was like modified so that you can just hit it so fast and it just responds like that quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a pretty cool looking controller.
How much did it run for?
25. Not bad. I mean, LED and it's USB.
Yeah.
But anyway, let me see. Let me look at the bad boys here.
Oh. Yeah, there's a bunch of crap on there. Well, we got a little bit more to go.
Ooh. Oh, damage. See, like I noticed that that shop in Tennessee, like it seems like it'd be a decent place for like actual hardware.
Yeah.
But the other one that's next to the Chinese place.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's got like the games and stuff that like the games and stuff you can buy there are in much better condition.
They are. They put them in plastic wraps or
Yeah.
vacuum wrap, whatever. Also, did you see the Facebook ad they had today?
No, I didn't.
They had a new shipment in of used Nintendo games, NES games. There was another black one in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it didn't show what the name was or anything.
Wait, so this is they brought in another lot like different from the last one we saw.
Yep.
Oh.
So go check on their Facebook page, and you might want to ask some questions. What is, what style was that again? That was the who made the black cases on Nintendo?
Tenjin.
Tenjin. Okay, so I bought a Tenjin Pac-Man last week, and it's a sleek looking cartridge. I love this. Love the look of them.
Yep, there it is. Yeah, Game Store and more. Here we go.
All right, so looks good.
They had a bunch of like newer stuff too, like Switch and PS4. Show me the good stuff. Show me. Here we go. When was this? May. The end of May. So a couple days ago.
No, see that's stupid Facebook. I probably scrolled down so fast and so low that it's in May.
Looks like they got. Let me pull this up. See.
I thought that's not. Excuse me. I thought I saw a Mega Man in there.
Let's see. Let me pull this up.
All right. This looks really good. So
we got a Super C, Donkey Kong 3.
Yeah, I saw Donkey Kong 3. Yeah.
There's another Yo-Noid. I got a Yo-Noid. Top Gun, Alien 3, Lolo, Bad Dudes, nice. Oh god, the X-Men. Yeah, okay, I see which one you're talking about, the Tenjin one, but you can't tell what it is. Right in the middle.
Yep. Can't tell what it is, but it's most likely Pac-Man. You know how it is.
Metroid. I'd like to get Metroid. Power Punch. Okay, I was like, Meg, where's Waldo? Rad Racer.
Yeah.
Nice. Let me see where there were some more pictures on. I'm showing the pictures on the screen right now. But that's 3 weeks ago. Where did it go? Where'd they all go? It just had it all. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay, no, it's just more modern stuff. They just got that. Okay.
All right.
All right, we back.
All right. So you can see it's really clean now.
Oh yeah.
Better than it was. I mean, I could probably do a little bit more, but it looks a lot better in the end. It should flow a lot better now. So let me take this back off. It should come right up. Set this to the side. So now we have a lot better looking stuff now. We're getting there. I don't have compressed air back in my place, so I might as well go ahead and blow this out while I'm here with this compressed air.
Go for it.
So I'm going to leave this attached, and I'll be right back again.
Before you clean the heat sink, get it up close so that we get the before shot.
Okay.
how grody this thing is.
Yeah. All right, there she is.
Yeah.
Looks like your typical ATI video card back in the day, the ones with the big aluminum heat sink on the side. Yeah.
Oh no.
But yeah, this does use ATI graphics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The RX, or what was it called? A flipper processor, or flipper, some flipper inside there. It should say flipper somewhere. All right. There we go. We're right back.
Go clean. Remember, don't shoot the dust in your face this time.
They're trying to freeze my finger off.
Oh yeah.
Might be beneficial to buy a pancake compressor, you know, the little one.
Oh yeah. Gonna need a mask next time. You know, we got a bunch of masks too for going outside in these crazy times. We should have those masks down here.
That's what it is, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, this can is freaking freezing now. And my finger's stuck to the side. Alright. Man, oh man, that was cold. Alright.
All right. Already a lot better.
Yeah. Yep. A lot better. As we can see. I blew all the dust out in the forest, so it's looking a lot better. You can see all the you can see everything, so yeah. It uses the NEC chip. That's pretty cool. NEC.
Oh yeah.
So it's like a turbo graphics built in.
And then another fabulous retro streamer, NEC. Not enough credits. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go run through here real fast, take some stuff off while we're in here. I guess I'm gonna do this on air now.
Yeah.
The case I can do off. Right. Can't get them all the way in, but it's okay. I'm sure there's a not toothbrush, some kind of brush you can just brush it out.
No.
But for now, this is okay. You know. I mean, I guess if you really wanted to, you can take off the heat sink and scrub it down, but then you probably have to put more thermal paste on the processor or the clipper or whatever. So we're gonna leave it like that. It's nothing too bad.
Okay.
It's 10 times better than it was. So Look on this side. It's looking better. Oh yeah. Cool. All right. We're going to reassemble her. Let's say it just sits right down on it. There's a little peg right here. You can see, and that's what keeps it, you know, level.
Nice.
Whatever.
You might have an extra few toothbrushes too.
Yeah, I went through a bunch. All right, let's see if I'm forgetting something, which I already am. Yes, these long things here.
With that grate, wasn't there a grate that was kind of near it that was kind of grody, or was it is that not able to get cleaned?
Oh no, there was the metal grate bump. This metal grate right here, I cleaned all out before. While I was cleaning this out, I cleaned everything else out.
Oh, okay, so,
okay. Yeah, we're 20 times better now.
Okay, I was looking at shops online.
Yeah. Yeah, he was busy daydreaming about the future. What we can get. Yeah, I'll put these in first. All right. All right. Where did I put Mr. Screwdriver at? There he is. Take apart everything, but I can't put the screws back in. There we go.
Nice.
You can hear that thump. And this is going back in plastic. That's why you have to make sure. Like I said, once you have a part this much, this far, if I had a replacement battery, I would desort it and put one on it. But since it's really easy to fix this one up right here, we'll just do that one later. It's not as annoying as Dreamcast. Dreamcast, it's like the first thing you see is like date and time. People do it all over.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter. This one, it doesn't seem to matter.
I'm curious now. So now you're getting this all like fixed up. I got to see how much I can find a copy of Wind Waker for.
$20.
I wish.
Now we're going to
Jeez Louise. Well, I mean, I'm not surprised for that.
you're just mentioning about that little dirty grate thing.
Yeah.
I just found it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Son of a biscuit eater. All right, now we're gonna take this back off. I was like, "Where's all these 100 screws go?" Later,
Yeah. I knew I remembered something.
You should be doing this. And that's where that dirty grate stuff went. So
yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
That is crazy. So you can buy a disc-only Wind Waker for GameCube for $28. And to get the complete setup, you can buy the box for it, the box only with that for $50. The box is worth more than the game.
I've seen that so many times, especially I think for 64 games because they're always in that box. That little cheap cardboard.
Well, yeah, the cardboard ones, I get it. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a website where you can. I mean, they're not original, but you can print out all the covers, and as long as you just get like a bulk thing of the empty shells.
Etsy is a really good place.
Yeah.
No, you can find any game you want for Sega Saturn or Sega CD. And they call it duplicate, whatever. But it looks just like the same case and everything. So I guess it's getting harder and harder to tell what's real or not now. Especially when everybody can go buy a 3D or laser printer or whatever they want to do. They make custom jewels for the CD cases and everything. Jewel case. I thought about buying what was that game? Oh, Knights.
Knights,
Sega Saturn. I thought about buying that. From there, but I was like, well, I'd just rather get the real one,
Yeah.
I just don't know what it is.
Cases and stuff, I'm fine with, but when it comes to the game, I want the actual game, not like a duplicate made one.
Yeah, and this is like those rare Sega Genesis games. Not necessarily rare, but like what's that called? The shoot 'em up game. Starts with an M. Not Musha. I forgot what it's called. Anyways, but it's like a side-scrolling kind of shoot-'em-up game.
Mm-hmm.
They make a reproduction version of that, and it's like 10 times cheaper, All right, was there anything else you saw me take off?
Let's see.
Yeah.
What do we got down there?
Good. All right. Now I gotta take this stupid thing back off. That game's gonna bug me now, and I can't remember what it's called.
I'm wondering if, like, you know how they make those, like, I think they're called, like, Retron consoles, the things that play, like, NES, Like, I like the idea of those, but I wouldn't want to get one of them. I've heard not very great things about them, especially, like, they, like, I don't know, they don't really seem to, I've heard the main complaint is, like, the cartridges don't really fit that great in them, or it's, like, a really hard pull to get it out.
Yeah.
But I wonder if, like, if we got all the right part, like if we salvaged a bunch of different parts from different consoles and we just made our own shell.
Yeah. I mean, it could.
There'd be a lot of cross wires there.
Yeah.
But
I think we're gonna
make our own Retron.
Yeah.
From harvested parts.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, you just can do it. I think we're going to run into our first problem here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, since the screws almost stripped out. The head is. So I'm going to have to put extreme pressure on this. Alright, folks, that's it. Let's just see something. Okay. Should be good. No. Trying to think. I mean, nothing's happening. Let's see. See if I can just push that in.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. It's not pretty, but this screw is stripped out. Only thing else I can do is get the Dremel tool, cut a slot in it, a really small slot, and use it as a Phillips, or a Phillips, but let me see. So what I'm going to do is you could see somebody screw it live. It'd be nice to have the set of tools that have the little extra grippers inside there to help me remove this screw. I don't have the Dremel with me. I have it back other place, so probably got to do that off air. I'll have to fix this off air, but it's not a big problem. It's just I can't keep on stripping all my tools out here. But when I took this off, I felt it already kind of stripped. So I don't know if somebody was trying to take the controller ports off or whatever before, but maybe somebody damaged it before. Who knows? Maybe it was me. I don't know. But let's see if I can put some upward pressure on it. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. All right. Wish I brought some more screwdrivers. I had this happen to the camera yesterday. I had to get the tool out and kind of drill the head off so I can pull some out, and then I have to just leave the base of the screw in there.
What kind of screwdriver do you need?
Phillips.
I might have one upstairs.
But it's pretty much shot, so.
I mean, I don't care about my screwdriver.
Yeah. But otherwise, like I said, all I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to put some upward pressure here, pull up while I'm trying to. Sometimes it works, sometimes it not. Otherwise, I'm going to have to cut it off with a Dremel. But at least it wasn't like somewhere really hard to get to fix. So while he's going up there again on the screwdriver, I am going to try one more time. Let's see what I can do here. Oh, she's really stripped.
Fall down the stairs.
Yeah. Excuse me. Oops, this right here. Yeah, don't fall down the stairs. This is the GameCube.
Bunch of hammers.
You're good. Yeah, that worked. Alright. Small, I get that. Yeah, that would work. I thought it was. Alright. This might work. That works. Oh, good. And we're not going to use this screw ever again. Alright. Alright, cool. Alright. Back to business. Alright. Don't ever do that. Otherwise, I would have to cut it off or cut a slot in there and use another screwdriver to take it out.
Right.
Or otherwise, I'd have to cut the head off and smooth it off to pull the thing straight up, and we'll have to leave that port blocked. But now, put that back on like it was supposed to go. Ta-da! It's always good to have the right size head for your screws. I should have brought my Japanese screwdrivers. They're specially made for. They're a perfect fit for Phillips screws. American screwdrivers seem to have cheaply made. You know, just throw them out. You know,
Well, I
mass
mean,
produce them. You know?
not surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, so but these precision screwdrivers I need to bring with me next time, and they fit like a glove in these things, but I didn't think I'll have a problem with my 1001 toolkit here, you know, but where's she at? There it is. No, that's the one I don't need. What am I doing? Throw her away. Yeah, I think somebody must have been in here. She's gonna be missing the screw. You can probably order a screw kit for it, but it's not worth it just for one screw. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I mean, it's not gonna hurt nothing.
no. I mean, if somebody like really takes it apart and like always missing the screw, I won't want it. You know. You know, we have other problems there, but I feel like I'm forgetting more screws.
Are we gonna go on that top side?
Oh, I'm just looking. Just making sure I didn't screw up again. Which
Yeah,
I
it
think
looks like there's some more screws.
I just screwed up again. Alright, never do that. Take these damn things back out again. This is how I learn, by the way. I just take things apart.
You learn by trying.
Yeah, that's the only thing you do. I mean, it's not going to hurt you. Just, I mean, you can cheat and watch YouTube videos, but I always like to tinker. I just take things apart, and sometimes I don't put all the screws back where they go, but I actually might leave that port blank because that port seems to be screwed up as far as the threads. So that's the part. And the more you do this over and over again, the more you remember these things, and don't be like me and you can't remember just something I just took apart 30 minutes ago. I need to go get that checked out somewhere. This goes right back on here. One, two.
Okay.
Perfect. Alright. Now the next one I take apart, I sure remember this stuff. Can't believe I forgot all this stuff. I got it talking and stuff and I just forgot what stuff went. And just put all these screws back in. Now I'm thinking about Flipper. I'm thinking about Echo the Dolphin on Sega now. And Game Gear. They had a port for that for Game Gear too. I forgot what it's called. Probably Flipper.
For a not highly advertised series, there's a lot of Echo games like for different consoles and.
I remember as a kid, I was playing Flipper. I don't know, Echo the Dolphin. I was like, man, the graphics.
Let's see here.
It's almost like a real dolphin. You looking it up?
Yep.
With the case and everything, it's probably too.
Well, I'm just seeing how many games there were.
It's probably, it'd be like Land Before Time,
You got
1047.
the original 92 one, and then Echo: The Tides of Time, the 1994 sequel. Then there was one in 95 called Echo Junior. And then another one in 95, Echo Junior and the Great Ocean Treasure Hunt. And then the 2000, Echo 2000, let's see, Echo the Dolphin Defender of the Future.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Nothing.
Hello, Mandius. Thank you for the follow. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. But thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I am the worst at pronouncing names.
I am too. I can barely speak English as it is, you know. I come from Texas now. My accent's a little different.
Let's see.
Okay.
Let me see. Defender of the Future. Oh wow. Okay. The one that came out in 2000, the Echo Defender of the Future. That was a Dreamcast game.
I'm about to say it just sounds familiar.
Wow, it got some really high, like 9 out of 10, 7 out of 10,
Really?
8 out of 10,
How come I never?
B plus.
Wow. Might have to try that out next time.
I'm looking up some footage.
Let's see.
Oh shit, that's really loud.
Alright. Let me make sure. I got all the screws put back in. Alright, if there's anything else left, I'm gonna double check.
Huh. I mean, yeah.
What?
I'm checking out some gameplay footage of Echo Defender of the Future. I mean, for 2000, this ain't bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the purpose of the game. I don't know what the mission is or the goal, but swimming around looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's probably, you know, like save the wells or ocean or something, you know. I don't know what it is, but it
All right, you bet.
yeah. Alright, so
Echo was OG for the Genesis, yeah. I remember the Genesis one, yeah.
I have a Echo for a Game Gear. Maybe the next when we replace the capacitor with the Game Gear, I could use that as a test game.
Word.
Yeah, it is 8-bit glory. All right, since I got all the screws on, I'm gonna put this back in. At this point, if I miss a screw, so I'm gonna say screw it. We're gonna put it together. Alright, screw it. Sometimes I just get tired, you know. I was like, man, it's gonna stop. And that's when I forget things. I just go upstairs or forget something, come back, it's like, where does all this go? Like, it's gonna be fun to put all the Game Boys back together that we took apart last week. First of all, I don't remember how to take apart.
Ty came over and I'm like, okay, the one that we set over here was for a reason.
Yeah.
I don't remember what that reason was, but we set it here for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't throw it away. I put it in another box. Now I'm probably gonna put it together. It's like, why does it work? We're gonna leave one of these out since these are butchered.
Okay.
I don't think it'll hurt anything. All right. Now we're gonna put the port covers back on. Let me make sure there's nothing I can clean up real fast. It does say ABS plastic also, so I'm sure eventually this will turn yellow.
Yeah.
Clean this up real fast.
I want to move the bottle.
Oh yeah. Sorry, sometimes I forget I'm like doing this in front of people or whatever. I'm just having fun, you know. I was like, I just forget things. Now I'm more nervous. Like, people watching? I just screwed up 400 times in front of everybody. But that's how to learn, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You just take things apart and you learn. If you can't figure it out, that's when you go to YouTube. Or just do YouTube first, then figure it out. I don't know. But, oh yeah, that thing's nasty. I surely had to go to YouTube for the camera repair, that was for sure. I wonder if you could put these outside in the retro bright and see if you can really make it a little broader or whatever, or discolored, or take the discoloring away.
Probably. I mean, if it's the same kind of plastic.
It is. We might try that eventually. I do have a yellow Dreamcast that we can try, and I do have 2 yellow regular Nintendos we can try. For the sheer amount of hydrogen peroxide they buy, you might as well, you know, buy 55 gallons worth of it or something. Plus, things are harder to get in these times right now.
Yeah.
Especially disinfectants and cleaning products like alcohol and hydrogen peroxide. But I kind of feel bad taking it off the shelf. That's why I don't buy so much anymore. I want somebody else to have something they can use for themselves besides me. Joyously putting gallons in the tub and, you know, restoring things.
That's kind of you.
Yeah. Yeah. I do think about others every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Yeah. Now, the beauty stores, the beauty, like Sally's, whatever the beauty stores are, they sell hydrogen peroxide also in bigger quantities for salons and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm actually. Are those places open? Do you know?
I don't know.
Because I need to. My hair's finally grown out
Oh boy.
a little bit longer, so now we did purple before. Now we're going green.
Oh boy. They might be open. I don't know. Next time I'm out that way, I'll check it out for you. And they use. They have another type of hydrogen peroxide that's used for other certain things. And there's a higher, like most hydrogen peroxide is like 3%. And they sell some higher percentage. They're basically rocket fuel. They sell rocket fuel.
They sell you.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah. Alright, I'll leave that right there for right there. I'll look at my screw supply here and make sure I didn't leave anything out. Alright. So these 2 screws go back here. If anybody wants to laugh, just go watch the video again.
Yeah, that was so annoying. I can't believe I forgot that. But that was something that you'd think that they would do automatic, because we did our first stream of doing this last week. But
Yeah.
I forgot that you have to tell Twitch to save the broadcasts. So that's why it's not up there in the previous broadcast. I was like, oh yeah, damn it.
Yeah. We went through 2 Game Boys.
We went through 2 Game Boys and there's no footage of it.
Yeah. They had so many lines missing in those things. We put all lines back on them. Maybe next week. I got 2 more I can fix up. Maybe next week we can do something like that. But because I'll have to do some more research on the PS3 Blu-ray issue.
Yeah.
before we can dive into
Technically, yeah, Sparrow. Yeah, technically, this is the first stream. Asterisk. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Now it's time to put back all these other screws. Yeah, it's our first stream. Besides that invisible one that we always remember. At least somebody was watching us that day.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I can use that one. Yeah. I was so happy and I was like, oh man, this would be awesome. We'll show all our friends and it worked. But it did kind of like, what do you call it? Get the bugs out of me, like not nervous as I was before. I was like a nervous wreck the first video. I was like, somebody's watching? Now I'm just having fun. And this is the part of the YouTube video that you'll speed it up like 1,000 times. Yeah. Double check before I put screws on the side here. Let me double check which ones I needed to use for the
You're pro, no butterflies. Oh yeah, the fan.
Yeah. I want to make sure I didn't already screw up already. Yeah. I'm a pro and I'd knock this thing over. Break it. Oh crap. Mr. Hands, stop shaking. Power buttons on the back. Anyways, just checking something out. Alright, cool. So that screw and that screw. So I'll be sure not to put any on these two right here. Alright, cool. Good thing I remember that one. Otherwise, I'd take like a 90,000 screws back out. I keep forgetting there's a camera in front of me.
Oh,
Just
you're
let
good.
me know.
You couldn't see the fan. You're good.
Now, if I have any leftover screws, those are two I messed up. I'll call that an accomplishment. Now, if I don't have any leftover, I might as well celebrate and buy some lottery tickets. You don't have to put them super tight in there. It's not going to go anywhere. So many screws in this thing, I'll never know.
I wonder if that's got more screws or the 360.
I don't know.
This 360 had a lot. The original one, not the
Yeah.
slim, yeah.
I don't know. The Nintendo 64 still, in my opinion, has a lot. They have an RF shield or a big shield over it. Kind of like, I don't know, the Atari Jaguar has a, I never took one apart, but I saw Atari Jaguar has a humongous RF shield over it. the Sega Genesis Model 2 has a RF shut over it also. I will take one of those apart one day. But not like the 64. It had like probably 64 screws.
That's why it was called the 64.
Yeah. We already tested this thing out before we put all the screws in it, so if it doesn't work, then I'm going to throw it aside. I'm going to put eBay said not tested.
Not tested.
Have no cables to test it.
We did not do any repairs beforehand.
Yeah. That's what they told me of those two Atari Lynches I bought. Atari had a handheld system called the Lynch. Atari loved cats. Everything they had named was a cat.
Oh, yeah, Lynx, Jaguar.
Lynx.
Yeah.
I call it Lynch. Why do I call it Lynch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the newer systems, they call them different names like that. Yeah. And they didn't put a fuse in them. So your little kid from the can bring out a universal adapter and just fry it right there. And there's actually newer mods. If you ever find one that is not screwed up, there's a mod you can actually put fuses in them or to protect the circuitry. So that in the future it never screw up because they're kind of rare. There's a Model 1 and a Model 2 that what's it called now?
Lynx.
Lynx. You know, I've been saying it wrong for me.
It's like LYNX or something
Lynx.
weird.
Okay, yeah. There's two models of it. One's like a box, look weird looking thing, and then one's more a slim line. But they're expensive too. I was watching yesterday. I was watching a guy mod a Nomad again.
Oh yeah.
He put a bigger speaker in it. I just really couldn't hear the difference. I mean, if you're gonna play one like that, might as well just put headphones in it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean that's just the best way to play it, I guess. But it is a cool system. I remember we played it through the Nomad into the TV and used the controller ports on the Nomad to play it. It's just a portable Sega. It's pretty cool. Look at that. Only got 4 more screws to go. Oh crap. Dang these people, these screws. This one looks pretty good inside now. It's pretty clean. Just need to do a little buffing on the outside. I think this will be a good little system.
Yeah.
No guarantees about the laser though. I don't know why it just started up by itself. I mean, at first it didn't work. Maybe it was capacitors. I don't know, but we'll get to that. We'll put this one aside and when we actually start fixing some really broken ones, then we'll get into it. Come on. Yeah. Unfortunately, that one didn't cooperate well. It didn't cooperate, and I had to snug it in there. All right, 2 more left. We're getting this done. All right. Push this back on here. And I can't see. Make sure I got it into the.
Yeah, the lip. Yeah, there you go.
Come on. There we go. Alright, cool. Looks good?
Yep.
Looks good. Alright, we're getting there. Remember how it looked like before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like, looks really good now. Okay, that's looking good. Looking really good now. Last 2 screws, I drop them in the bottom of the case, so I'm gonna. I will bring the precision screwdrivers next time, that's for sure. Just put this back on. There we go. And I'm looking around, I don't see any extra screws, we're good. Let's make sure I don't leave anything down there, we're good. Alright, let's just test that one more time while we're here before I put the shell back on. Turn TV on.
Screws completed.
We are done with those. Well, we still got 4 more for the case, but hey. Anyways, before we started, I was telling Ian here that there's another version of the shell. There's another version of the shell right here that allows you to put a full DVD in it. It's cut out more or whatever, and you can put a full size DVD in there. I don't know where you can get those at. I don't know if you can have them custom made or if they were special for something else, but it's a full size DVD you can put in there, and it has like, I guess that's when you download your games and you put your SD card in there and play all your games on that DVD. I don't know if you can actually play a DVD. That would be interesting. If that was the case, I don't know why they did it in the first place. You know?
Yeah. Well, probably to keep. Well, I mean, if it could do it anyway, I don't know why they wouldn't do it. But I'm trying to think. I'm curious.
Look that up.
I'm gonna look up what the original price was for that versus the PS2.
The original price for the GameCube was $199. $199. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna adjust the camera here.
Oh, okay. You see, yeah, $199. Yep, you're right on that.
Oh, finally, I'm right on something.
And the PS2 was $299. Now, I mean, I imagine that the PS2 was more powerful than the GameCube. But, I mean, I wonder maybe if it was just cut down on cost. I'm not sure. There we go.
It's doing a good job. It's not doing a good job. Well, at least we know how to repair it now. Take it apart. This still might be suffering the capacitor issue. It might not be getting the power it needs to get. But at least we took it apart. At least we showed everybody, you know, where most of the stuff goes. And a little trial and error, and it's a lot cleaner system. But the fan's smooth. Everything's smooth. So let me dab this one more time. And if I dab this one more time, it does work, then I might have to go back in a later date and adjust that little monitor potentiometer. think it might be the laser now. Interesting. Alright, we pour it back this way. So, originally, we good?
Yep.
Alright. Originally, all I did was put a little dab of alcohol on this laser,
Yeah.
and it fired right up. So, let's clean up a little bit. I wonder if there's a little smudge on this disc that's causing it not to. But it's looking like it's weak. Yeah, that's
Weird.
what this is. Now the motor's working fine, so it looks like after I put everything back together, now it wants me to adjust the power level to it. Thanks a lot. Yep. So that's what we're going to do. Sure.
Well, now it sounds.
Sounds better now.
Yeah.
It's going to work. Maybe, just maybe, it is these switches I'm holding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was just talking about that. Sometimes these switches get old and broken or are not making contact like they're supposed to. And that's what it's looking like right now. Yep.
Yep. There it is.
Let me swing it over here.
So now it's reading it.
A little more up.
You good?
There we go. Okay. Yeah. So now it's doing its business. So I think we either have a weak laser or this little switch here is getting a little. Needs a little loving, you know.
Well, should we see what it does when you put the shell back on?
We can. Alright. Turn this off. Turn this back this way. Alright, cool.
Mhm.
Set this back in here. Like that. And we'll set the shell back on it. Yeah, perfect. Doesn't work well that way. Sits on. So now our nice smooth open button. Nice reset. Oh yeah. We'll get this working eventually. It's still kind of finicky right now, but we'll figure it out. But I think it's either the laser's getting a little old, or or it could just simply be that those switches are not making contact like they're supposed to.
Good.
Now, if it's working fine, it does that. It doesn't signal that screen, so.
I mean, it's working.
Yeah, it's working, but it has a. We gave it a little clean inside, so. Interesting.
Just works.
Yeah. Let's go to interesting game. Well, the music was pretty cool, but Sonic Spinball.
Ah, yes.
If they have it.
You might have to unlock it.
Oh, I gotta play this stupid thing to get. Okay. Ah, it's my least favorite Sonic. Ah, we're good.
Oh, wait, there it is. Yeah.
It had really good music.
I remember getting this game for Christmas as a kid.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that was like awesome sounds back in the Sega. You know, it's like, how did they do that? You know?
Never rented it a lot, but never owned it. Yeah.
I can see. There we go.
Let's
jump.
see. Jump.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh yeah. It still has the birdies, animals escaping. Alright,
Cool.
so we're good there. Alright, let's turn it back on so it does it again. There.
About time for the kids to go to bed.
It
Yep.
sounds like it,
All right. Maybe it just needed that shell on it.
I guess. Now I'm thinking it's just that switch.
Yeah.
So we'll let's try it again with that Z held in. All right, it works.
Cool.
This might be just a better test one, you know, just test that game, just test out everything else. But in the future, I think we're going to have to replace that switch.
Yeah.
So, cool.
Alright.
So I'm going to put the screws back in, and we're going to call this semi-good. Not 100% good because I don't want to release this to somebody, you know, like a friend or whatever, and
Yeah.
it breaks. But we'll do a deeper dive into it later on, especially when we mod it. You know,
Yeah.
we'll do some of those things to it. We'll double check the joints on there, all this stuff. Set this aside. Pull this off. And look, I left the game there. Alright, so let me move this aside. At least they have this screen in there to kind of help some of the dust come off but it blew out this side. It really didn't. I already cleaned this. Did I screen? Or, yeah, this screen is pretty clean, so somebody must have cleaned it off. So let me just get in here real fast with a Q-tip and take off these little ports right here.
In case anyone's wondering, that's my children running around
Yeah, let's
upstairs.
say it's not me. Yeah, go to bed.
Santa, is that you? You're early. Okay.
All right. Ooh, still got a couple more here. Like I said, I want to take this case out anyway. I'm gonna clean it up anyways, but I'm just gonna do this in case I forget to do it. Nope, wrong way again. Turn it over. I'm gonna leave this in. I'm gonna test that one more time when I put the screws in because that's when it likes not to work. It's like when you're finally getting close to victory. It's like put the last screw in. It's like skill level doing it at an angle. Eee. Trying to remember something. Make sure. Yeah, after I got it back again, I was like, did I plug something up? Well, we don't work for NASA. We don't have to have everything.
Yeah.
All right. One more. One more, and then we're done for the day. So. There we go. Alright, cool. Flip it back over. I don't have the controller in there, but wonderful. I got this thing not right.
Hmm.
Didn't screw it down properly. At the angle, I didn't see this. I didn't get the case. Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard to see the angle, and I was like, I hope I got it right. I did just off angle here, and so I fixed this real. I could notice the power button wouldn't like work. I was like, it just worked there.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, we're good now. It's like I said, amateur. All right. Oh, you hear that sound? That somebody, I was watching a YouTube video. It said if you speed it up 16 times or whatever, it's the Super Famicom disc drive sound. That's
Oh, yeah?
the intro sound.
Hmm.
I don't know. That's why I thought it was late when I read.
I hear it.
Yeah, it's doing this thing. I don't have a controller plugged up, so let's hit reset. I probably want to see this, sorry.
Yeah. Still working.
I think we're good.
Awesome.
Alright, cool. So
Another
we're done.
job well done.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think next week we'll work on a Game Boy Advanced. Probably another Game Boy DMG, the original one. And let's see if we can really screw this up on there and try to put an amp on one of these. Yeah, all good?
Yeah, I'm seeing here what's cooking before we make our final
Alright.
announcements. Just checking. I'm glad I refreshed that. Okay. All right, everybody. Well, I appreciate you all hanging out for another edition of Retro Restoration.
Oh, yeah.
I will be streaming throughout the rest of the week on my other channel, my original channel. There's the link for that. And I've been playing the Messenger lately, and then once I finish the Messenger, I'm going to get back into finishing up the Ninja Gaiden series. We badged the first one, so we're going to be working on the second one after I finish the Messenger. And like I said, we'll be back next Saturday with more retro restoration. And like I said, there's links to my Twitter in there where you can keep up with us. I need to add a link for my Discord, which has a specific section for retro restoration now. Cool. So thank you all for hanging out, and we're gonna send things over to. Wait a minute. Oh, he's done. Okay, hold on. I need to find somebody else to rate. He's finishing it up. Let me see here. Here we go. We're gonna send it over to my good friend Barnyard Mage.
It's a cool name.
All right, let me pull up some tunes.